What's up, y'all? It's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 8, Episode 3 review. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so tired. Oh my God, I'm so tired. I'm back looking like Ancient Mama again. I'm hosting Thanksgiving this year for the first time for my family. So everybody's coming over here to my house. I'm cooking. I just spent all day cleaning up my house. Ooh, I gotta go to the grocery store tomorrow. I'm starting cooking Tuesday. I gotta do my hair. I gotta cut my son's hair. I gotta be beaten, snatched. Oh, the life of a diva child. But I'm happy that everybody's coming over here and that me and my family get to be together. They get to taste my good cooking because they all doubt me. They don't think I know how to slay in the kitchen. They know I know how to beat a face. They know I know how to write a good book. You know, they know I know how to put together a good outfit, a direct something. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know I know how to slay in the kitchen. So I got a lot to prove. But and I got a slight headache over here and my eyebrow. It's just, oh my God, I'm ready to lay down and watch 50 Shades of Grey again. It came on HBO last night and I got my life. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So let's get into tonight's review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we start off the episode with Phaedra taking Porsha to go get her first colonic. And I got a quick story I want to tell y'all. So when I was sick 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago now, and I had to have my reversal surgery because I had a colostomy bag for 6 months, y'all. So if you don't know, like new subscribers, old subscribers, you'll know I had a colostomy bag for 6 months and I was sick or whatever. So before I had my reversal surgery, where I put everything back into place and got to go to the bathroom the regular way like everybody else, I had to have a colonoscopy done. So I ain't never had anal sex. That just ain't what I like to do. I don't get down that way. She doesn't do that. It's either vagina, mouth, or nothing. So I remember laying on the table, right? And they gave me the drugs to put me to sleep, the anesthesia or whatever, and I was just like, oh my God, this is about to happen because I've never had nothing go up my ass before. So I'm laying on my side, like I'm slowly dozing off. I'm feeling the drugs kicking in. I'm feeling them turn me over or whatever, and I feel them lube up my asshole, but I'm drifting off to sleep, right? And the next thing I know, as soon as I felt myself going to sleep, I felt it pop in my ass, and I was like, oh my God, it happened. So that's like the only kind of anal penetration I have ever had and will ever have in my fucking life. So Portia's talking to Phaedra. She's saying how her and Duke are good. She was kind of worried after she gave him that trophy appreciation party, but that he took it in stride and that, you know, he like her, he love her because she got that good, she got that good pussy. I'm looking at her like, girl, if you think that's the reason why Duke is staying with your ass, then you got a whole nother thing coming. Duke ass ain't going nowhere because Duke and his girlfriend slash best friend, honey, is over there enjoying them good ass gifts that your ass has been giving him. They over there enjoying them outfits and jewelry and probably cars and rent payments that you over there giving to good old Duke. They enjoying your little good Judy money, honey. So yeah, he ain't going nowhere because him and his girlfriend are loving the sugar mama that you are. So then we see Cynthia, and Cynthia states that she has not heard from Peter ass in a week. And I was like, well, why is it? What you say, girl? Like, you ain't heard from your husband, not your boyfriend, not your friend, not your cut buddy, not your booty call, but your husband in a week? Oh, girl, shit, we got problems. So I was like, Peter's over there trying my life and Cynthia life and Noel's life. He got life all the way fucked up. How you gonna not call your wife in a week? Who does that? And you older than her with your old ass playing these old ass slave ABBC before Christ ass games. Like, if you get your ass out of here, Uncle Ben. So then Cynthia and Leon interviewed tutors for Noel or whatever for school, and this little boy named Kamari come over, and Cynthia like, you too cute to be my daughter's tutor. And I was looking like, girl, Kamari don't want shit that Noel got to offer, even if she tried to offer, because he had his eyes on the prize, which was Leon. He was looking at that chocolate drop like, yes, honey, I want that. And you know, I love Leon, y'all. Like, Leon, of course, like the only role that he's ever really been known for was his role in Waiting to Exhale and Five Heartbeats. And I love, my favorite scene from Five Heartbeats, y'all, is when Leon's character sings against Flash. And Flash got on stage. They had them like blue or either purple suits, and he was like, "Just in case, is not all that he seems." And then Leon comes like, "Oh yeah, yeah, just in case, he's not what it should be. Oh baby, take my number, and if you want to call me, don't think, oh, just in case, a fool, just in case." Ah, boy, then we say, boy, I'm about to give y'all a whole 5 Heartbeats performance up in this motherfucker. But anywho, if you ain't never seen 5 Heartbeats, please get your life. They've been talking about doing a sequel too, by the way, which I don't know what the fuck it'll be about. But anywho, so then Porsha says to Candy that she thinks her and Duke's relationship is solid, that she don't need to do no background check on him because everything is good right about now. And until she feels like it ain't good, she gonna stick along with it. And if things go bad, she just gonna leave. And I was like, okay, girl, whatever you say. Cause I'm sure if you go on Grindr or any other little gay sites, honey, you gonna see a picture of Duke, boom, front and center. But anywho, so then we go back to Cynthia. Cynthia states that she ain't heard from Peter now. No, she called Peter, and this nigga ain't answer her phone calls. I'm like, oh, so you playing all the games. You act like she cheated on you. You act like she was in the club with a nigga all up in her face, and she rubbing all up on his chest and let her hand slide down the front of his crotch or something. Nigga, you the one did this. How the fuck you mad? But that's what niggas, and mind you, I said niggas, not a man like Peter does. He plays all the games. And if I was Cynthia, I would not tolerate that shit or participate. So then we see Kim Fields and her husband. I really like them together. They cute. They were funny. Her husband is hilarious, honey. I don't know if he gay. I think he might just be like metrosexual, just effeminate, like, just like to know the tea. Because if you paid attention, like he was all up in the ladies' conversation tonight. Like he loves some good tea, honey. He liked to be messy. But they're really funny. I like them together. I still got my eye on him to get that Gator going, but we're gonna see. So then Kenya has her launch party for Kenya Moore, her, whatever. And it was hot and just full of shade. And the one thing I don't like about the Real Housewives of Atlanta's franchise now is that it's just become a shade fest. All the episodes now is who can outshade who the best, who can read who the best, who can get the best one liner and they green screen. Because ain't none of them saying this shit to each other's face except for here and there. And I just wanted to get back into the heart of the Real Housewives franchise when we saw them going out to eat, going shopping, being good, rich white women. Like, showing their careers and shit. And then you saw them, go at one another, show their family, like show their husbands and them going out on dates and shit. Remember when we saw Lisa Wu and her husband all up in the bathtub together, rubbing all up on each other. Remember Deshaun Snow or Deshaun, whatever her name was from the first season? She had that big old mansion on. I get it back to that. So anywho, Kenya come with her little date, and that nigga looked like a foot. Like he looked like he was a foot with what's that shit? Athlete's foot all over his face. Like he just looked disgusting. He looked like Play-Doh. He looked like a Mr. Potato Head. That nigga was ugly. Phaedra called that shit right, and she met his ass dermatologist's office, but he don't look like he getting the right treatment. That nigga need a chemical peel ASAP. That nigga was not that deal, but looks ain't everything, I guess. So then we see oh yeah, so that one girl throughout the whole episode that was with Porsha, I didn't even know who the fuck she was. They didn't introduce her for real, but she's supposed to be one of the other new housewives this season outside of Kim Fields. But I just wasn't here for her ass. She was just being too shady, doing too much.com. Didn't nobody even know your name, girl. Go somewhere and sit down. We don't even know you. Like, you just come in trying to be shady, bitch. Let somebody shade you first before you get to throwing the shade. Girl, get somewhere and sit down. I don't even like you. Like, I'm ready for you to go already, and you just debuted. Girl, bye. So then we saw Kenya. She apologized to Sheree, which I thought was admirable, but she was still throwing shade, being old Kenya. And then for what we saw at the party, it was a party with no products. She was talking about giving everybody gift bags, so maybe that was where the products was at. But as far as the table, it wasn't nothing but water in them damn bottles. And I'm like, King, you tried it, girl. You should have been more hands on with this party. Like, what the fuck is you doing? So you can't be shading nobody when you ain't got it got it all together. You need to be throwing A+ parties where you shut everything down so can't nobody say shit about you. So then, last but not least, at the end of the episode, Peter finally decides to bring his ass the fuck home after being gone for 10 days, and after of 10 days without no kind of communication with his goddamn wife. Girl, that nigga tried. Like, nigga, you wouldn't have been able to get up in that house. The doors the locks would have been changed at that point. Nigga, you can't answer my phone calls, and you ain't called to check on me, nigga. For all you know, I could be dead. When I was calling you, anything could have happened. I could have been hurt. Noel could have been hurt. One of your other kids out here that you got in this world, well, because Noel ain't his, but one of his actual kids could have been hurt. Like, anything could have been wrong, nigga. You ain't answer the fucking phone, nigga. Fuck you. So, Peter says that he admitted that at Cynthia's launch party he was drunk. Like I called it, I knew that nigga was drunk. He was toasted. So he then goes on to say they don't spend enough time together, and that the reason why they don't spend enough time together is because of Cynthia. She was like, "Have you lost your motherfucking mind? You the one that decided to open up a bar in fucking Charlotte, nigga. Like, how am I the one that's not being able to spend enough time with you? Have you forgotten that I uprooted my whole life to come down to Atlanta to be with you, bringing my daughter along to be with you in your state? I'm not from Atlanta. I'm from the East Coast, my nigga. I'm from up top. I ain't from down south. So, like, have you, like, how soon we forget, nigga, that I did a lot of changing and a lot of submitting and, everything to be in this relationship with you?" And so, she goes on to tell this nigga, like, "I'm not in love with your ass no more." And he was like, "I mean, when did this happen?" And I'm like, "Nigga, have you been watching the same show that we've been watching? This shit been building up for years. Ever since she married your fuck boy ass, you've been causing her nothing but grief and headaches. So yeah, this woman is getting fucking tired. Like, nigga, I'm tired of raising your ass," which we'll get back to in a minute. So, he says he never stopped being in love with her. He can't even believe she's saying this shit. And he started crying and bullshit. And I'm like, nigga, don't start crying now. You weren't crying when you was in the club rubbing on that bitch chest. You weren't crying when you wouldn't answer my phone calls for 10 days. You weren't crying when your ass ain't communicated, came home, did nothing for 10 days. What was your ass doing during them 10 days? Nigga, don't cry now. You are full of goddamn shit, Peter. So then, what else? He says, he thinks that she's saying she don't love him because she's hurt and she's saying it out of anger. And I'm like, nigga, you so self-centered. No, she's saying that because she's tired of your ass. When a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Like, she is tired of your ass. Like, she ain't saying that shit out of anger at her. She's saying it because she's fucking fed the fuck up, nigga. And I need for you to get a damn sound check up in your head and understand what the fuck is going on. So he goes on to say that, that for him, there is no backdoor, there is no divorce. And I'm like, me and Cynthia was like, yeah, nigga, that's what divorce is are here for, because if you don't put it together.com, I'm gonna leave your ass. And she's so fucking serious. So he says that, he promises to make things better. And she's like, you know what? I hear you, but I can't make you no promises that I'm going to really be putting in 100% effort, because at this point, nigga, you need to be showing me. So he's telling her that he's going to show her. And I know exactly where Cynthia is at, because I swear to God, I dated a Peter. He wasn't as old as Peter. He was younger than me. And you get tired of dating a man or being in love with a man or being married or in a relationship with a man who is fucking irresponsible, who gives zero fucks, who's always constantly fucking up, and then you gotta come in behind him and clean up this person's mess. You constantly getting embarrassed by this motherfucker. You can't never just sit down and be comfortable and breathe and be happy, because you don't never know what this motherfucker's about to do next. You get tired of having to clean up their damn messes and being like a mama to their asses. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. So I know exactly where Cynthia is coming from. Like, if at this point, if he don't get it together, she needs to just leave his ass, because it ain't just too much more talking that we could possibly do. Like, fuck that. You older than me, motherfucker. You out here acting like you some young nigga. Like, get the fuck together. But I mean, this is what happens when you date a nigga that goddamn near like 9 kids or some shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck Cynthia ass is over there thinking. So I get tonight's episode a B plus. It was good. So that's my review. I will see you all tomorrow for my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood review, as well as my Black Ink Crew Chicago review and my beat of the day. I'll be doing my makeup tomorrow. Not doing my hair until Wednesday, so y'all see my hair next week. So yeah, love you all. Have a great night. Bye.